This is Sophie Aldred with The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, folks. My name is Christian Basil. Welcome. And let me go ahead and bring in a few of my co-hosts. The screen is doing weird stuff again. It's just doing weird stuff. So let me go ahead and bring in my hosts one at a time. And first of all, we're going to bring in my co-host, who's sitting in the corner up there right now. I have no idea why. But can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
There we go. Yeah,
that
was weird. Okay. The lovely Melanie Dean from Pieces of Melee. And we actually, she's very excited because we're going to be announcing our new sponsor, and she loves our new sponsor. So take it away, Melanie. Tell us how you doing today.
I am doing quite well, and I get to host this episode. So everybody hang on tight because I haven't done this in a hot minute. Welcome, fellow Whovians, to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name is Melanie Dean. I'm co-hosting-ish this episode with Christian Basil. He's helping me out, and a bunch of other people are also helping me out. We're going to be discussing, let's go first and foremost, we're going to be discussing our review of Partners in Crime, an episode that first aired April 5th in the olden times of 2008. And of course, my phone's going off, giving me a spam call. But anyway, let's start bringing on some of the people because we can't do this alone. First and foremost, let me bring over from across the pond my favorite candy man, because the man's trying to get me addicted to chocolates, and you're going to give me the diabetes, sir. Mr. Mark, the Candy Man. How you doing, sir? I'm not clicking the buttons. This is all Christian. I'm holding the little adipose.
Okay, so we're having technical red button difficulties. I told you, Christian, don't play with the red button.
I push everything as much as I can.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I'm good. I'm looking forward to this episode and giving it a nice little sweet British perspective.
Very awesome, as always. Next, let's bring in Mr. James Enstall. I know I haven't been on the same panel with him for a bit, so hey, James.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you. How
Thanks
are you doing?
Poking the eye with a sharp stick. I'm getting by. Excited to talk about this episode. Donna being my third favorite companion, so very excited to discuss this episode.
Awesome. Rounding out, I think we're only going to be going with the 5, is it? For this episode, with last but not least, unless there's another one, I'm not sure.
No,
Mr. Sean.
It's been a while, Melanie, but yeah, we're going to bring in Sean, and then when we go to the Who Knew News, we bring in Gadget.
That's when we bring Gadget.
That's when we bring Gadget.
Yes. So anyway, from our philosophy is, here's our boy Sean. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. I am excited to review this very silly episode of Doctor Who. Excited to see what everyone thinks.
I feel like Carl Sagan, a big orange dot.
I'm a big orange dot floating in a black void with billions and billions of viewers.
Yeah, you have to say it like that. Billions
and billions of viewers. The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Okay.
Yes.
Now, do
Okay.
you now for our Who Knew News person, lady extraordinaire? Do we bring her in first, or do we do that little fun little?
We bring her on.
Who
Well,
knew
we do the.
Well, then let's play the woo, 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 and bring it down.
Hi guys.
Tong dong dong dong.
I'm praying StreamYard does not do any updates while we're doing this, because I have the perfect shirt on for it and everything, and it says, "Is it Friday yet?"
Alas, no.
Okay, because
Friday Eve,
StreamYard and everybody's
Eve.
trying to do their updates to this AI thing, because that's one biggest fear coming up, maybe with who, but that'll be another rumor for another day. But let's start with some happiness, because our own Bill Perlmacki, she turned 39 years young and has received let's see, what is it saying, because they've updated again once and everything, but she worked on Once Upon a Time with our favorite Peter Capaldi, Horizon Line, The Long Call, The Real Charlie Chaplin, Tom Jones, The Deal. But I know she was supposedly coming up on another adventure, but let's see what the latest one was. Her last one was Tiger. She played Sarah. And on television, she was in Death in Paradise as Karen Hickinson. And on radio, her last one was in 2021 with Dr. Faustus. But in theater, she had been working on Ballet Shoes in 2025 with the National Theater. After that, she's basically been off the radar, but maybe she'll show up eventually. She was a teardrop in the eyes of her, never know.
But she got married a while back, so I
Mhm.
guess maybe she's extended the honeymoon out. So
And don't blame her, because you know what? This industry is getting stranger and stranger. She can.
I hope the
send her
Pope interrupted her marriage. That would be
Yes.
great if the Pope walked in
Well, the
during her
Pope
marriage.
declared AI basically against religion and the doctrine and stuff. So, imagine she sent her agent while she was still on honeymoon. But
happy
our
birthday, girl.
happy birthday, because I missed her. She was good in Doctor Who.
She was
Yes.
wonderful.
Yes.
And then we have Mark Shepard, as you guys know, from Supernatural, as well as Firefly, Leverage, and Doom Patrol. He turned 62 years old and does not look a day over that or anything. And especially when he had a scare a little bit ago and stuff. I'm just checking now because there was a picture from Instagram with him in a hospital bed. So I don't see when that was, because that's why I was trying to do my research there. But he was actually born in London, and you could never tell with the accent and everything, because I thought he was more northern. Let's see. The last thing
he
he's
does
done,
an American accent for the
Yeah.
the astronaut and the moon episode,
which is good. Yeah.
and his dad shows up as his
Mhm.
future self, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the last thing he did was for television. Looks like it was Walker and Independence as Nathaniel Hagen, and Call of Duty Black Ops was his video game history. Like he's very versatile on everything. But his last film was Sons of Liberty, and I wish he could do more, because he does have that versatility to go back and forth with things. So I'm hoping we see more of him and everything, especially if they bring back Supernatural, because they gotta, And one of our space cases here has her birthday. She turned 40 years old, of the same name of the series she was in. And also she was a very famous soap star. We have Jewel Slade. And you know her from Family Law, Firefly, Serenity, Stargate Atlantis, Space Cases. I think she was also on General Hospital. I have to double check that. And let's see. She was also on CBC's Liar Liar, X-Files, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Very versatile actress and everything. Her last film was not gonna say, we'll get hit with that one. I'm not gonna say that one. I'll say the one before it.
Really that bad?
Yeah, it's that bad.
Okay.
Just look up the name Casey Cranston.
Okay.
It was in 2015. That was her last film. And basically, there's to be announced because she might be returning to Firefly the animated series as Kaylee Fry. So
I was kind of
let's see what
disappointed when I heard it
happens.
was animated. I was just like, really?
A lot of
But
good
I
things are
feel
animated.
good.
They made numbers at the box office, especially when they have a demon and a slayer in them. You never know. Anime could do anything, animation. Because if they're going to go AI, why not just do animation now?
Well, they have more
know?
flexibility, and I know they're a little bit older than they were back
Mhm.
then, but I thought it'd been better if they just picked up where they left off as they are now. And I know Ron Glass
That
is
show picks up where they left off besides one we're on, I think, or soon to be talking about.
That's true, Christian, that we lost Ron Glass.
Yeah.
So we don't have our shepherd.
I loved him when I'm growing up with him on Barney Miller, and I think I'm one of the few people that actually loved the new Odd Couple. He played Felix Unger to Damon Wilson, and Damon Wilson, if anybody remembers, probably don't know much about him, but if anybody remembers Sanford and Son, he was actually Lamont, and he plays Oscar Madison, and I thought that was a good combination. It didn't last too long, only because they decided they were a good matchup. They were an excellent matchup. The only problem is that they were recycling the Jack Klugman and Tony Randall scripts for them, and it was just like, well, it's just the same deal. But yeah, I wish that'd be cool. Ron Glass is a loss.
But we move up further because we have another legend that enters our stage, who turned 78 years old today. The Beeve, Jerry Mathers.
Or Bob Newhart lookalike.
I was thinking that too.
Wait, I don't know.
Every year I posted his picture. Everybody's going like, Bob Newhart. When did you get Bob Newhart? I said, no, that's Jerry Mathers. He just really aged.
What if he has a distant cousin? Ancestry.com. Because the last thing that he's done for filmography, and this looks like television, or is this movies? This looks like movies. Is Will to Power? He was Mr. Simpson. And film. And then television, his last role was in 2008 on Mother Goose's Parade. And then he's won an award, Young Artist Award for Former Child Star, Lifetime Achievement Award for Leave It to Beaver. Not a bad run. He's done so many things. Like his first film was Son of Paleface. And then his next one after that was The Men of the Fighting Lady. And his first TV show, believe it or not, wasn't The Beeve. It was Ozzie and Harriet, the trick-or-treating child. So he was an extra.
Now we have more. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, who was going to talk?
Well,
Christian, I think your audio interrupted itself. I think that was an echo of you, actually.
Oh, really? Weird.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I just want to let people know, and especially the new subscribers, because we're going to show us. Are you sure it's not Bob Hope? Great. I'm sure of it. I just want to let people know that when it comes to the Traveling TARDIS, because people were asking, it was like, when was Jerry Mathers in the show? When was Jewel Staten in the show? And I was like, well, it'd be great if both of them were in the show at one point. The Traveling TARDIS and its history, we do the birthdays for the celebrities. I mean, we do the birthdays for like John Pertwee and Troughton and William Hartnell, especially those folks who are doing the show. But for when it comes to the Traveling TARDIS, anybody who's come in contact with that TARDIS, they get to celebrate each birthday that TARDIS just floats around. And we've got quite a few of them, and there will be quite a few more as we go around. Bless you, around the WHOniverse some more.
We do have some surprises coming up for Dragon Con.
Okay.
It seems 3 of our Whovian family is going to be there, as River, Tennant, and Rose will be at Dragon Con this September. So I don't know if you have the pictures in there. Did I send them to you guys? It was just posted late last night as I'm trying to go through everything. They keep updating their page. I'm looking at it right now. I'm trying to see if I can see the thing, but they haven't put the pictures on their guest list page right now. Only their names. And I'm just trying to see if I can get to David's right now. Let's see. Tennant. Yep. David Tennant, Scottish actor, best known for role as D.I. Alec Hardy in Broadchurch, 10th Doctor in Doctor Who, Kilgrave and Jessica Jones. Yeah, they're just giving them the updates on there. So if you guys want to check it out and see what the package deals are for pictures and everything, I would head over to Dragon Con, because also Bristol Con in the UK is also going to have Jodie Whittaker premiering at that their convention. So I would keep tabs on that, because a lot of people have been canceling lately. So let's see what happens. But I'm going to talk about the saddest and the craziest, because the craziest is people are reading into Russell T Davies' answer to what's going to happen with the Christmas story. But before we go to joy, I'd rather talk about something bad, because I know some people, it's a touchy subject for them and everything, but John Barrowman's mom had passed away, and he is offering on YouTube and Facebook. Believe it or not, it was today. If you guys wanted to see, actually, he posted it. Today was the cremation of life, and on June 8th at 12 noon Pacific time, 8 p.m. UK time, they'll stream live on YouTube and Facebook her memorial service. So if anybody is a fan or has wants to pay respect, please do so. You can go there. There is a donation. I think it's for Women Said and Planned Parenthood as well. So please pay your respects. I know people have differences of opinions, but this woman was a firecracker every time you met her and everything. She would travel with them until she couldn't travel, and sweet lady and everything. So hearts go out to John and his family, his sister, his nephews and nieces, and everybody that have that with the passing, that they have strength during this time and everything. But
Absolutely.
very lovely.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's get to the joys of Christmas, because people keep reading into.
Hang on 1 second, Gadget. I just want to bring this up, and then we'll jump over there. Billy, get a hold of Dan. He's in the chats right now, so he needs some barbecue sauce. So just want to let you know.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that does make precedence. Yes,
just get a hold of Dan as soon as you can. Dan, the man.
Please hold for commerce.
That's right. This show don't pay for itself, okay?
I know, right?
No, nobody's here paid. Everybody's volunteering, God willing, the way we are and everything, because we get paid. Then that would be not fun. Okay. So anyway, speaking of joy and everything and stuff, people are very joyous about trying to prove that this Christmas special has either been pre-taped allegedly, that there's a new doctor on the premise. But if you listen to all the interviews he's been on, he's filming his other series next year. He's filming things like that. He says, wait for BBC to put something out, because all I know is I heard 2 weeks BBC letter, and then next thing I know, I see my news feed flooding with Christmas specials already filmed. Bleeding Cool said this. This one said this allegedly. This one said now. Guys, just let it rest. Wait for the official, because if you guys are so desperate, you've lost sight of this Christmas special, It's supposed to be for fun. It's supposed to be for whatever. And if Doctor Who does go on hiatus, just get to Big Finish, because Big Finish also has their newest releases coming up and everything for each month. So just pick up a Big Finish. They used to, I wasn't privileged to them, but they used to read the books during the wilderness years and everything. Now they have the CDs, and there's old DVDs you could go re-look through, but don't keep reading into things that are like meant for anniversary things, or they may be hints, they may not be hints. But if I had my way, it would be called a Wonderful Life type of TARDIS, or a Wonderful TARDIS or something, because I want to see them go back in time, like I've been saying, Christian, to when she regenerated and it was all a dream. It was all a dream. And the shooty comes back, and we get the series we're supposed to have, and everything.
Here we go, Melanie.
Yeah, right? It's like, let's go, Big Fish app.
Yep.
Streaming, baby.
Yep.
I just got privileged to Big Finish thanks to Christian, because for me, Big Finish seems like a hard thing with my dyslexia. So there were a few episodes you did offer, Christian, that actually were okay, but except for that first one. That one threw me for a loop. And everything, but otherwise they were pretty good.
Well, this coming Monday, approaching Monday, is going to be Big Finish Day, and we're going to see how we're going to be celebrating it next Tuesday. So stay tuned. Keep an eye out on our social media. But we will be celebrating Big Finish Day
Mhm.
the day after.
Does the
And-
BBC ever still stream some Big Finish episodes to celebrate? I know they did that sometimes on their YouTube channel, like where they would be streaming some episodes of Big Finish live on their YouTube. Do they ever do that still? Do you know?
BBC? I didn't
I'm not
realize.
familiar
I
with
know
that.
Big Finish does that on occasionally,
channel.
like around their birthday.
Oh, maybe it was
or-
Big Finish. Yeah, I thought it was BBC for some reason.
BBC and Big Finish are two separate companies.
Yeah.
For some reason, they just act like they don't want to talk to each other, but they're there in the room. I
It-
just never
And Doctor Who is
understood
their
that.
kid.
It's like an alternate universe. I mean,
Yeah.
the shooting knocked us into an alternate universe to get back Poppy, you know what I mean? So who
I'm still mad
knows?
at him for destroying my television, honestly. I'm still not over that. Him crawling through my TV, that was uncalled for.
But does anybody else have any updated news or anything? Because, like I said, I saw telephone after telephone after telephone. First, it started with 2 weeks' notice, and then it was like, oh, this. It went all over the place, that thing. But
The reason why you got the 2 week notice is because Russell T. Davies opened his mouth on BBC Radio 2 after doing the interview.
Oh, well, that just connected a lot of dots.
mhm.
And so he
Circle the wagons. He spoke.
Yeah, he
Well, he has no
basically,
attachment to it.
basically the BBC Radio 2 interviewer asked him directly what's happening with Doctor Who, and that's when he said you'll get that known within 2 weeks, and that's when the internet just went mad.
Does that mean he's quitting? Because is he putting in his 2 weeks notice? I don't know.
They already had put the 2 weeks notice.
Knowing how much of a troll that man is, there probably
Yeah.
was nothing, but he's like, you know what? It'll be happening in 2 weeks. So he just made a timer hit. Like he's the one that just said, you know what? 2 weeks. You'll know.
But
He
here's-
created a paradox
Yeah,
because he said that. Now something has to happen 2 weeks from now.
exactly.
Well,
But here's the thing I wanted to ask. Do you guys think the Christmas special is finished, or do you think it's a red herring? Because that's another rumor going around that they've already cast the Doctor and it's finished.
There's so many rumors going around with here's the thing, and I don't know if I misheard it, but I could have sworn that Russell T. Davies has put a clamp on everything about the Christmas special.
Mhm.
Whether it's going to be the new Doctor, whether it's going to be the story, there's not even going to be any hints until we get closer and closer and closer and closer. So exactly how I feel.
And
Yeah.
my guess, me pontificating, is that if they're filming or what have you, it's going to be as bottle episode as you possibly could imagine, because I don't think they're going to do any exterior. If they do exteriors, it's going to be in the dead of night, hidden far, far away.
Well, there are a lot of spots in Cardiff that can be hidden.
Well, because it's so hard to get in front of spoilers and angry with the phone because they're right there. So if they're doing anything, I would imagine if they're trying to be quiet and hush hush about it, they're got to be inside of a studio. That way you can actually keep everything completely locked down and not have anybody with a telephoto lens or just walking by with their phone going, oh, look, click, film.
Well, when I went to Cardiff that time and everything, we didn't know they were filming Capaldi with Bill and everything, and we're down one of the side streets by the Holiday Inn, and there they are sliding down with her on the motorcycle that they never used in the scene, but she went down that way, and we're like what and everything, because we were taking the back road from the hotel to get to the mall where the radio station is, and literally just we were like, what is going on? And then people outside were carrying their grips, carrying everything and stuff, and we're like, okay, we need to get out of this area just in case and everything. Because
you asked about. Go ahead. Sorry, Gadget.
But no, go ahead.
Well, I was just saying, like, well, it's just like you said with people like filming and stuff. Like, it's hard to keep things under wraps, but it's like what you said. Like, do we think the Christmas specials like already finished, or even like asking more broadly, like, will it be done? I don't like. It's just like Christian said. There's so many different rumors right now, but I just personally know that for me, like, if this Christmas special like gets delayed, or if they release it and it's just a disappointment, and this is just me speaking, but if it's a disappointment or they get it delayed, like, being an American Doctor Who fan is so frustrating right now. From them splitting everything 3 different ways, the Doctor Who library, and then we've got the thing with them not releasing the War Between the Land and the Sea, and now like we have no news, and they're gaslighting us, telling us, oh no, Shooty was always going to be there for 2 years, and now like if they delay this, it's like, okay, I'm just going to step away from my television, and when you have an episode ready, I will watch it. But like, I just... Yep. It's like I understand why people are speculating, because it's like, man, we want something.
On YouTube are getting good. If you guys want to watch the fanfics on YouTube, they're getting good.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the other thing, talking about like ideas. There's so many fans who have so many ideas right now. It's like it's not like Doctor Who's bereft of ideas. It's just like, I don't know. Anyway, I could go on a whole rant. I'm not going to.
What is quite interesting, because of that BBC Radio 2 interview, is that Russell T Davies was basically on their show to promote his new episode on Channel 4 called Tiptoe. I'm not sure you guys know, but Channel 4 and BBC One is a bit like Fox and ABC. They're completely 2 different channels. So it's a bit weird that one writer will be writing for the BBC and then move over to a Channel 4 again.
Really?
Yeah.
Here we have like shows airing on CBS that are actually filmed in ABC studios and vice versa and everything.
But we're like 2 separate entities. Like, so it'll be like Fox and Paramount, for example, completely opposites.
Right.
So when Russell T Davies first came on the air with Queer as Folk, that was a Channel 4 production. And then after that, he then got poached by the BBC. And now he's gone back to Channel 4. There's a bit... I don't know what I can in detail on it, but it may be on hiatus because he's been working with Channel 4 rather than BBC.
Could be a lot of things.
I have I just have a theory, and I think he's under. I think what's happening is, he's JNT'd, meaning that. I'm gonna pull my screen back there. I'm just going back. I think. Remember when JNT was told at the end of the Series 25 that if he left, they were going to can the show, and that's why he ended up doing Series 26. Yeah. I think that's what happened after his run with Disney Plus, and it, I can't find a better term or sugarcoat it. After the failure of Disney Plus hanging on to this and just cutting it off after 2 years. I think Russell T Davies wanted to go and do something else, but I bet you somebody at the BBC says, if you leave, we're going to can the show.
For our quick note, for our newer fans, for our new Whovians, JNT, what Christian is talking about is John Nathan Turner.
Who was the last producer of the classic series for up until the 26th year. So sorry about that.
No. Sorry. Just wanted to pop that in there for
I think he's suffering from the JNT issue. And I think the same thing happened. But that's my theory about this. I meant, and I don't think truly that RTD had any idea of what he was going to do. So I think he did the Rose thing. I think he announced the Christmas special. I do think he does want to keep it going. I just think we need to get him out of there and get somebody new and fresh and somebody who, get back to the basics a little bit. Speaking of
I agree.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just agreeing with you.
Sorry. Speaking of which, Gadget, I forgot to put this up. This is from our polling, and I'll read it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, do you have the poll list? Because
we do have a poll, and it says, from what you have seen and heard, how do you feel about the Doctor Who Christmas special in 2026? And you had 4 options. It's going to happen. It's not going to happen. It'll be postponed to a later date, or I really can't tell. So going in order, it's going to happen. 22% of our voters, and this is only on the YouTube channel if you want to vote on this.
So that's number 4. Lowest.
Yeah. The lowest, actually, really can't tell at 13%.
Oh, okay. You're going from top to bottom. Sorry,
I was going to top to bottom. Yeah. Okay. So 22% say it's going to happen.
Okay.
16% it's not going to happen. But almost a majority of our audience said it'll be postponed to a later date at 49%. And 13, just like I really couldn't tell you anything. So and there was that chance that rumor was going on. It might be shoved to Easter.
Then we'll have a bunny in the TARDIS.
We've had
We
Easter
should rely
before.
we should rely on our audience polls like Polymarket, basically. It's like
Which is
our audience is saying like 55% or whatever it's going to be. It's like, yep, that's where I'm putting my money at, you know. I don't know.
And that's the bad thing is if it's postponed, usually the Christmas special is Christmas themed. It's not something that's themed, you know, that you can like, oh, the like we were having fun during the Jody years of when are we going to have a new season? When are we going to, you know, when's it gonna come out? And it's like, okay, will it be, you know, the beginning of the year, the end of the year, the middle of the year, but it was inconsequential, the actual date and season and, you know, timeline of it being, you know, aired, its air date didn't really affect what the episode was typically. Christmas is always Christmas. So for them to postpone a Christmas episode, I almost wonder that would be postponing as in the following year.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which would be terrible if you don't know what doctor it is, or if they change doctors, or again, it's so timey-wimey. Wishy-washy, timey-wimey.
Wishy-washy, timey-wimey.
Kind of like a Husbands of River Song and Dr. Mysterio, I believe, were those the two episodes that were like a whole year apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for we didn't get one this year. If that's the case, it would be even longer.
A whole year apart.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well,
I mean, we're about to enter summer, and normally don't we get like an announcement or something that we know of, just a little teaser as we're approaching Christmas, something to just keep
usually get the fans with the fan picks going through Cardiff and Swansea and where else?
It's a little salivating
and stuff. Yeah, we get them all going through things and stuff.
Well, that's the thing too about what a lot of us have been saying about the budget. It's like, okay, even if you cut the budget by 75%, like I would rather just have something. Like I would rather have 25% of nothing than 100%, or 25% of something than 100% of nothing. Basically, and they're like, this is better, and it's like, it's not though, because there's nothing on the screen. I just wish they would do something. I just think Doctor Who's one of those shows where it's like it should just keep going, you know, even if it's a little difficult, even if it's a little bit lame.
One of the podcasters and everything said it's in Cornwall being filmed right now. It was already filmed there, and I'm like, I don't know. All I know is that I'm waiting in 2 weeks, like they said. It could be today, tomorrow, whatever, but I want to hear what BBC has to say because they are the final gavel to, you know, judge and jury and executioner.
The only thing I can think of is that because Doctor Who was advertised that it will be released at Christmas 26, it'll be classified as false marketing if they did postpone it. So I think they would be it because they have to honour it.
And they can shoot
in the UK, if you announce something, you have to honour it.
Oh.
We don't do that in America.
No, we don't.
So that's the only different thing. So it's more like, I'm not saying it may change, but in the UK, there's loads of like, if you're advertising something and you cancel it or postpone it, there must be a reason why, and you have to be let known.
Is there repercussions if they don't do it? Is there any what happens if you don't?
Some depends who's in part of it. The problem is BBC is still technically a public company. It's paid by the public people.
It's basically a breach of contract, right?
Yeah, sort of thing.
Yeah, kind of like PBS, you know, like on Honest Trailer, they called BBC Fancy PBS, and I agree with that.
But with PBS, you don't pay for it.
It falls into two brackets: minor breaches and financial breaches as material or repertory breaches in the UK. There's also time limits under the Limit Act of 1980, as well as duty to mitigate. Is that the word? Mitigate. And then there's a termination right if the breach is considered a vital term, if a specific clause allows it. And basically, do they have a clause to It's not a Santa Claus, but do they have a clause to cancel Christmas?
Well, we're going to have to wait and see.
Yep. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Allegedly.
Yes, in 2 weeks they will gaslight us again, and we will be very happy. Okay.
So yeah. So anybody else had any other news for the Who Knew News? Because I'm waiting my 2 weeks to unwrap a present. So let's see what happens.
I think we're good. Melanie, do you want to take us out into the commercial break, or did you want to go ahead and do the ratings? Whichever. You are the host. You tell us what you want to do.
I would say let's go ahead and get everybody's ratings first, and then we can go into the commercial break because that'll let everybody, all of our people in the audience, kind of give them time to put in there what they personally rate Partners in Crime. Again, this is David Tennant's run, so the 10th Doctor's run. This is his third season, and this is where we get to have Donna Noble show back up. So we had already gotten her introduced the first time around during The Runaway Bride, and now she's back and Partners in Crime. So I guess I'll start kind of clocking around. You know what? No, I'm going to start with Christian. What am I doing here? Now, I'm the host. I can start with Christian.
Whatever Candyman has, add 2. That's how I'm rating it. Whatever Mark has, add 2.
So officially close out the news, Christian, right? Officially, news is closed.
Let's get the ratings. We'll close out the news and then we'll head right into it. But
okay.
Yeah, we'll just add this. We'll just tag this.
So Christian is Mark plus 2. I'm writing that down. So, okay.
You want this numerically?
I'm the host. I'm allowing it.
I will give a rating. I'll give it 7.5.
7.5.
So
okay.
Until
he finds out what Candyman's is, and then we'll see which one.
Exactly.
I was hoping Mark was going to give it like a 10 so that you would be stuck in an impossible situation.
I was going to go negative. So I was going to go -2, so you put them to 0. But
Candyman.
I was actually going 7.5 as well.
7.5. So Christian's now at 9.5. Perfect.
But that would not be me. So it'd be 7.512.
So you're going to go 7.5.
12.
Candyman.
1, 2.
Right.
He's adding integers along the way too while he's at.
Good lordness.
Welcome back,
Sean, darling.
Yes.
What is your rating for Partners in Crime?
I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Awesome. And James?
I am also giving it an 8.5.
Hey, you can't take mine.
Apparently everybody's taking each other's.
Right.
Yeah, right?
Those rules weren't explained to me. I'm sorry.
Well, you should know. You can't take mine. No, I'm just kidding.
Gadget?
Well, to quote a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie song, 9.95.
9.9.
Ooh.
Okay.
And Sean, I'm surprised you know that song because it's very old.
No, I was actually just surprised at the 9.95. Like that's, and I'm so like dying to know what you took the 0.05 off for. I really want to know now.
I know. So, I'm going to do what Christian usually does and not give mine until the very end because I have unlimited power. But until then, let's finish out the news, put the little, and then go to commercials. Now we get to stare at each other until the commercials start.
I didn't listen to that voicemail. I'll tear open that letter you sent. Don't you tell your friends I want you back. I gotta leave you now and unread because you've already said those words that switch my heart to dead from loving you. So you'll stay ghosted and I'll stay focused on sewing clothes. The spell stays unspoken, a dark silhouette of a Mott man and broken. Right down, I didn't listen to that voicemail, a TikTok, that story you sent. Don't you reel me in to get me back. I'm gonna leave you now.
Are you tired of toxic fandoms? Do you wish we could go back to being happy? So do we. We created the Happiness Patrol to get away from all of the toxicity in fandoms, in life. And so we decided we wanted to do a show, but something that makes us happy. And in our second season, that's movies that make us happy. So join myself, Cameron, Scott, Jessica, and Melanie on Happiness Patrol at youtube.com/@happinesspatrolshow.
So what's your favorite Western? Is it this one or maybe one of these? Is it a revisionist Western, an anti-Western, or maybe it's an all-time classic? Whether your favorite Western is in black and white, vibrant Technicolor, a spaghetti Western, a neo-Western, a comedy, or maybe it's only really Western in spirit. Whatever it is, this is the podcast dedicated to determining the top 100 Westerns of all time. Every second Monday on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. It's Horses on Film.
I'm author Mark Muncy.
And I'm author Erica Lance.
And this is Eerie Travels.
Greetings, travelers. Join us as we travel through folklore, myths, monsters, legends, and dark history.
Now, we'll be your guide to the spooky side of reality as we discuss cryptids, paranormal, and all things preternatural.
Sometimes we find the truth is way scarier than fiction.
We're on twice a week on your favorite podcast platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and YouTube.
We have amazing guests from all of the areas of the strange and unusual, including witnesses, investigators, and more.
Yeah, with Erica's curiosity and ridiculous array of pop culture and true crime knowledge.
And Mark's decades of experience diving into folklore and the legends with the truth that's behind them.
Yeah, so join us, travelers, as we take you to the edge of reality, and we'll see you on the other side.
Hi, I'm Janet Fielding, and I play Tegan Jovanka in Doctor Who, and this is The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
We have one more commercial, kind of. We don't have a video or anything like that, but we want to introduce our new sponsor, and I know Melanie's jumping up and down. She's going, yes. We want to welcome now of our new sponsor. I hope I put the picture up. I'm going to shoot myself. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome Coffee Shop of Horrors to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS family of sponsors. What does that mean? With, yes, absolutely. With
more caffeine for Melanie.
More caffeine for Melanie. Yeah, but as soon as she found out, she was like, "Okay, yes." So we will be with selling the barbecue sauce and the coffees over at all select conventions that we have out there. So just keep an eye on that. Right now, we can at least confirm this month, Space Coast Comic-Con, Epic Verse, which is taking place in August, and in September at Ancient City, we'll be selling both the Kitchen Killers barbecue sauce. Yes, the coffee is awesome. I'm probably do a whole episode with Melanie just telling you how good the coffee is.
Let's go.
But Melanie gave me some pictures of some of the brands that they have out there. So Melanie, embellish us just a little bit. I'll just throw these out here.
Okay, what's going on here is these photos is the reasoning, is the culmination, is what happens when Christian Basil puts in the TLTT chat that, hey, we got a new sponsor. It's this. And I run to my pantry and be like, bro, do I like this coffee? Have I heard of it? And I proceed to spam people in the chat of every of the 5 that I could get my hands on real quickly of the coffee that I love their coffee. Their coffee is so amazing. I've tried their coffee eons ago at Claremont Comic-Con when that was a thing. They roast their own coffee. You could get it in whole bean, or if you need them to grind it, they would do that.
Sorry.
Christian ran out and bought a little he ran out and bought a stand already so he can.
Yeah, that's it go. So yeah, if you find our booth, look for the stand and you will see the coffees and we will have an eclectic range of bags, and they are on a first come first serve basis. And the good news, Melanie, is for anybody at the conventions, it's $16 a bag.
It's wonderful
And
pricing.
that's all I'm saying is that's a lot cheaper than what they're offering at the theme parks right now. A lot cheaper. So, and we will have them at a limited quantity. So if you want to get a bag, come on up. Yes, we do take card and we do take cash. So, but look for the little stand that I just recently got. A 2 Melanie approved coffee. There we go.
No, you're going to be finding that stand empty because this Melanie is going to end up purchasing them all. I'm just warning y'all now.
Scary truth. Now, Melanie, which of the three that I put up here, which one of these is your favorite?
Oh, of those three, actually, funny enough, Boogie's Nightmare Brew, of those three, is butterscotch toffee. My absolute favorite one of theirs is the Highlander Grog. I am a huge fan of a butterscotch bourbon caramel note, that kind of thing. I tend to flavored coffees. I really like flavored coffees. I brew them. I will brew them and then I go iced with no sugar, I just drink them black, iced, but I think their flavors really are pronounced. It's not a bitter coffee. As you can see, there's a lot of flavors. They always hire local artists, or I'll have different artists do the artwork on their bags, which is always really, really sweet. But they do have also other brews, dark roasts, other type of blonde roasts, other kind of coffees as well. So if you're not a fan of flavored coffees, shame on you. That's my own personal thing. Their coffee is absolutely wonderful.
I'm looking at their webpage right now.
Yeah, they were a staple of the Central Florida staple of comic conventions. They were at MegaCon for a long time. They used to have pre-COVID. They had coffee shops. They had one in Claremont. They had one in Montford. I thought they had a third one. I can't remember. But yes, I am a huge fan of their coffee. Yep. I'm clicking on that's also my favorite. Must be a Melanie thing. Heck yes. Can't go wrong with butterscotch and bourbon. I know. I really like their grog.
It says it comes in a 5-pound bulk bag.
Yeah, you can get it bulk. You can get the smaller bags like this. The smaller bags I kind of like if I get it ground, that way I can just kind of do it little, or I try to grind it myself so I can go little by little. I mean, wonderful, wonderful flavors. I don't know if you had the Snow Whites, caramel apple was in there. White Russian is a wonderful one. Yeah, I can keep going. Go on their website.
Do we do things which are not coffee?
Here.
I don't think they do tea. I don't.
No, I asked about that.
No, they don't do tea.
I think it's all coffee, but. Just to let people know, when we're at the conventions, you can go on their site, and we just put the link in the chats. So whoever's playing with the soundboard, they need on God.
I know.
Never mind. So anyway, if you decide to go, you're more than welcome to go to their website, and you get you get to pull out what you want, see all their eclectic flavors. There's some stuff that they're going to have a sample throughout the months, and we're definitely going to give it a shot and try them out there. But if you want to save on shipping, and you just happen to be in the Florida area, one of our cons, it's just $16 a bag, and we give it to you straight out there, and it's fresh. And all these bags that we're going to be getting, they're already grinded. Unless you can actually pre-order with me, traveltardis25@gmail.com if you want to pre-order ones, if there's something special that you want. But let us know at least a week in advance so we can have the guys over there make the bags. because they do a great job and they put a lot of heart in it. Just like Kitchen Killer's barbecue sauce with Billie, it's made locally and it's really tasty. And Melanie can attest to it.
Absolutely. And
she bleeds coffee.
and it's a standard. If you're the type of person that prefers it to be ground, the beans not to be ground, just know that they use the standard coffee bag, so that if it's a ground coffee, it has the little nozzle that will let oxygen out of the bag but not in, so that way it's always staying as fresh as possible. But yeah, these can last you, I think, 6 to 8 months, I think, unless you're me, and then you're gonna run through them faster. But anyway, I'm with this Melanie.
I joke, my blood type is coffee. Nice. So yeah, get your bags out while you still can. We're going to be at all 3 of the conventions that we're going to be going to. We're going to have bags of these. We're going to try to have as many as we can. Our first stop will be Space Coast Comic-Con, where we're going to be testing out, see this, and how well we do. And again, if you want to pre-order, if you want to make a recommendation and say, Christian, I'm going to come out and get it, please let me know. Oh God, can you hear Summer barking?
Yes, he wants to be on the show again.
Pet alert. Yeah,
sorry.
Exactly. Thanks, Raj. Pet alert. I don't know what she's up. I don't know what she's doing. So I know Tom. It's not barking. So anyway, yeah, this is our new sponsor. We welcome these guys, and yeah, we would not be putting out these things unless we felt this was a good brand, and this is a wonderful brand of coffee.
And now, or unless you're me, that now is going to be going to every convention we're slated to go. Christian had already slated to go to, and now I'm going to show up just because coffee.
I'm her dealer.
So good. Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna be. I'm an enabler when it comes to this. So see you out there, folks. And Melanie, take it away. Let's get the show.
I mean, we're only 53 minutes into this episode.
Exactly.
Let's talk about partners in crime. Look at my little adipose. He's so adorable. Yes, you are. And just think, this how prolific this episode is. This came out again April 5th, 2008. And there, the whole idea was a miracle pill. You take the pill, the fat just goes away. Unfortunately, it goes away like this. And now it's 2026, and now we're having the Wegovy pill. So maybe the fat will just go away. Maybe we'll all get our own little adipose. Who knows?
See, I don't want the fat to go away. I would keep him as a pet. I don't want the fat to leave.
Let me look at your little baby with the little tooth. But anyway, so I believe we go lowest to highest. And unfortunately, we have 2 people, actually we have 4 people, who decided to pair up. So the 2 lowest are technically Christian and Candyman. So let's rock, paper, scissors to see who has to go first.
Oh man, it's not a fight to the death.
Not fight to the death. So rock, paper, scissors, go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Grenade blows everything up.
Looks like going.
Fine. You know what? Grenade me. I'll go first. Unit boy. That's where the grenade comes out. So, I gave it a 7.5. I think this was a great introduction to see Donna Noble again after we saw her at the Runaway Bride. And I loved it because it has that campiness that Doctor Who's been known for, to have some fun. I love it because it was a fun episode. Of course, it brought in Donna Noble. It brought in Wilfred, so we're seeing Wilf again, and it was one of those episodes that it's just a fun episode for me. And I love when it comes to the companion, I miss the buddies. I missed the Second Doctor and Jamie. I really loved it when the 12th Doctor and Nardole, when it comes to the buddies. And this was a perfect get together of buddy when it came to Donna and the 10th Doctor. And especially with that scenes when they're across the way and they're looking at each other, it's like, yes, I know. They had that, that conversation going across each other, and I didn't mind, even though it was a little bit camp and quirky. I mean, like the adipose is an alien, and as a plot device going on through the story, I thought that was cool. it was just it's not the greatest of the episodes. It's not one of those that's gonna make you think, 5 years later you're gonna be talking about partners in crime. This is one of the fun episodes. This is an episode I would probably put in my top 10 list of if I wanted to introduce somebody to Doctor Who. This is one of those episodes I'd bring them to because it's fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously. I mean, I love the 2 sonic screwdrivers. So let's see what happens. And you can tell David and Donna, I'm sorry, Donna, Catherine were having a great time. And this is their starting and proving ground because Catherine's coming back now from Runaway Bride. So we're fleshing her out a little bit more. And even though she was, just a little bit annoying in the beginning of the Runaway Bride, you could tell that there was some kind of chemistry going on later, and especially when they were under the Thames River, when that chemistry kept going and going and going and going. But like I said, this is to me one of those episodes. If I'm having a down day, this is an episode I revisit because it's fun. It's funny, and it's very entertaining. And I would highly recommend this episode for somebody who's like, okay, get me into Doctor Who. Give me an episode that I should start with. I would bring in Partners in Crime.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
That's yeah.
All right, the rest of you are screwed now. I'm talking.
Yeah, right. Like, okay, so everyone's like,
I said everything.
Okay, talking points. He's done all.
And no pictures, right, Christian?
Yes.
Yep. So, Candyman.
Aye.
Why did you give this a 7.75 or 7.5?
Unlike Christian, I actually found it quite tedious. The meeting with Donna Noble just went on for ages. The music was brilliant by Murray, but it just felt like it's just dragged, and then it's still dragging, it's still going on, and I just got a little bit because it felt very much like Doctor and Sarah, the relationship of that lot of something like Sarah goes out and investigates stuff like she did with the third was it the fourth Doctor or third Doctor? And it felt very, very much like that, but I just found it a little bit just get on with it, if you know what I mean. We done the crossing over so long. I think it was like 25 minutes.
You wanted them to bump into each other a little sooner.
Yeah, it was just literally just tiresome. The adipose, yeah, that was cute. They could have cashed in on it a little bit more, but it was okay. It was okay for the season 3 opener. What I didn't know, and rewatching it, there's loads of Easter eggs for the whole that season, which I didn't spot until rewatching it again tonight. So when the taxi pulls up, that's got Atmos installed. Right at the very end, you got Billie Piper again. That was quite cool. The nanny, was she a Time Lord? Was she someone the Doctor might have known in possibility? I just felt that the episode, even though it was a cutesy little episode, and I can understand how well you can introduce people who are not into Doctor Who into this episode, I just felt it just needed a little bit more, something else. Like you saw a little bit of Time Lord Victorious at one point, but it was only for a second. You just got glimpses of everything through this episode throughout the whole series. Yeah, I just wish it was just like a little bit more fast paced. I can't really like say it was a bad episode, and it's not like it's a thing, but it's very, very much Space Babies for season 3.
Yo.
But better.
Why?
But you know what I mean? It's that sort of feel to it. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, it's a good idea, and especially now since we've got our Ozempic and all the injections to get rid of fat, it's quite more relevant for today's society. I just feel like it's it didn't have that power like how Rose did.
Okay, that's fair. But I like that it's a good fun episode, but not like it's just not the best one out there for you.
Yeah, I'll take Adipose over Booger Monsters any day. So.
Yeah, no, I'll take that. I'll take that. That's perfect true. But it's not an episode I will go back and watch.
Fair enough.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So instead of having Sean and James duke it out, we'll just keep going around the bend here. Sean, you gave it an 8.5. So we're slowly kind of working up and on everyone's esteem. Why did you rate it 8.5?
Well, this is like super interesting because like I definitely can appreciate like Candyman's review and like how thorough it was. I think it's probably going to be a lot more thorough than mine is, but I actually have a really different perspective on the pace because I thought this was like snappy. I didn't have any moments where I was like, okay, I think this is dragging. And that's not to say that this era doesn't have those, because it definitely does. I mean, as much as I like, Voyage of the Damned, even Voyage of the Damned has some moments where it's like, okay, we're kind of doing the same thing over and over again. This, I felt, really, it has something going the entire time, I think, because right in the beginning, you see Donna and the Doctor both kind of doing the same thing, and that's intriguing, and then they have that conversation, which could have been really slow, but it's just like you're working out what they're saying, and then you have that snap to reality where you realize, oh, we're being watched, and then, you've also got the intrigue going with the little fat creatures, and I really think it works, and I was initially going to say that the creatures didn't work for me in this episode, like, as I was kind of starting the episode and formulating my idea of what I was going to say about it. I was going to say it doesn't work because the CGI is respectable, but the gag is so silly. But I actually think it does, because if you're going to do a story like this and keep it light, it kind of has to be this type of silly, but I don't think it goes over the top. Just like Christian said with the booger monster, to me that was too far. I was eating food when I watched that, and I didn't like it. I was eating cereal when I watched this, and it was fine, Actually, I was eating, you guys want to know something? I was eating Frosted Mini Wheats. So that's like the worst shaped and colored cereal you can be eating when you're watching this, because they look like the little monsters.
But I'm having dinner after this, right?
Yeah. I hope you have dumplings. Yeah, but it really isn't too far from me. Like, it really isn't too silly. I think it actually does work. And man, there's so much to love about this. Before I get into that, though, I have to say one negative thing, which is, and this is going to be just, close your ears for 30 seconds if you don't want this, but this is going to be a minor spoiler for, like, the rest of the Russell T. Davies era, basically, that we get on Disney. And that is, man, does that Donna story really take the teeth out of a lot of the other stories, because I was not prepared for how much foreshadowing we get in this with what's going to happen with Donna. And my heart was not ready to see Wilf again. I kind of forgot about that. I kind of forgot how much Wilf was in this episode. And, seeing Donna there as well. I mean, it's just, there's so much great stuff in here with foreshadowing, and you can see it if you really hyper dissect a lot of the lines, and then some of the lines, it's really obvious about the foreshadowing, right, if you've seen the rest of the season. But I think the two of them really are the dynamic duo of this show. I mean, I really wish we would have kind of just stayed, with RTD1 and not really had an RTD2. Like, I love Russell, but like, I just think this era just, even when it doesn't work, it kind of works, But in the case of this episode, I just think there are some great moments that stand out as well. You mentioned the thing with the two sonic screwdrivers. That moment at the end with Wilf saying, go out there, go get him, girl. Like, that just, it almost makes you want to cry, right? And then seeing we do have a death in this episode, but it's very brief. Mm-hmm. It's not really lingered on. And then you get the real kicker at the end when you get Rose there. And I remember, if you guys remember watching this the first time, where Doomsday was still a fresh wound. I mean, Doomsday is always a fresh wound, but this was only a season away from Doomsday, right? And it really just, I think it was a perfect bookend to this episode. There were a couple moments, though, that also kind of made me scratch my head. Like, the moment where, what's the name of the nanny lady? What's her name?
Oh, hang on.
Mrs. Foster.
Yeah, thank you, Gadget. When she says, "Are you threatening me?" I was like, Master Jedi. Like, I couldn't help hearing that line in my head. And then at the end, like, the math wasn't mathing at the very end, because she said, prepare for birthdays, 1 million birthdays. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is 1 million people and you're going to kill them, which means it's not just going to be one, which means every single one of those people is going to make multiple of the adipose monsters. So it's like, okay, I don't really think they thought through that line very well. And then, of course, you get the doctor about to be executed, and he goes, wait, which, you know, if you're trying to kill the doctor and he says, wait, just do it, because you know he's about to do, like, every series of the show, he does one thing like that. This goes back to, like, John Pertwee and Tom Baker, where they're like, wait, and then that's when they escape. So, you know, there were little tiny things like that, but I just think overall this whole thing, it flows really well. It works well. Donna joining the TARDIS. I mean, and people have commented on how much better Donna works this time around than she did the first time, I think, and I agree with that. I mean, not that I disliked her the first time, but they did that character growth and her relationship with her family, and it does get messy, and it makes her that much more believable, and I think it really kicked off what was going to be a great run of episodes with, for a lot of people is their favorite companion, which is Donna Noble. So yeah, I think it's great. I guess I'm just taking off a little bit because it's not the best of the era, but that just shows how good this era really is.
Mm-hmm. So, as we keep going along, I'm just not to spoil myself, but no, I agree. I really do think that this was a great way of reintroducing another character, or a character we've already seen. And if you hadn't seen Donna already and you wanted to go back, oh, look at that photo, I guess that could be a quick, anywho,
bring it back up. Bring it back
okay
up.
Okay, because I was gonna say that was there's the segue photo.
There we go.
So here is the next, so I'm just gonna cut myself off and just go on at the very end. Segue. So James,
yes,
you also gave this an 8.5, and here you are with the lovely Catherine Tate. And,
yes,
our favorite Donna Noble. So why did you rank this as an 8.5?
Before I get into my ranking, the story behind that picture is I asked her if we could do "Am I Bothered" faces. So that's why we're doing the "Am I Bothered?" But I had nothing for her to sign. All I had was a Doctor Who Adipose Funko Pop, and I said, "Would you sign this for me?" She looks at it. She goes, "Are you calling me fat?" Because I had her sign the Adipose, which was hysterically funny, and everyone in line cracked up at her because she's brilliant. But for this episode, I liked it because it was a perfect reintroduction. You didn't need to see Runaway Bride cross paths with. They kind of set all that up without forcing you to wonder who this was. They introduced the character again in a compelling way. It's something about Doctor Who, especially New Who, where the female villains they bring in are just so good. So like the nanny in this one, Madame Kavorian from the Matt Smith run, or Sylvia Noble is another female villain from Doctor Who. But they've got these female villains are always so good. And that's one of the things I liked about this episode was the villain, because she was charismatic and almost charming, which is good to see in a villain. It's not just some grand, I'm going to take over the earth kind of plan. So I liked seeing that aspect. And then the chemistry between these two is just undeniable. There's a reason why when they decided to reboot the show with Russell T Davies, they brought back David Tennant and Catherine Tate, because it's just unmistakable chemistry as soon as they hit the screen. So it was fun. To Christian's point, this is a rewatchable episode. There's enough sci-fi in it. There's enough classic beats of Doctor Who that you can enjoy it for the people who are fans of the classic series. And then it's a great jumping on point for the New Who as well. There's little nitpicky things that drops it down to an 8.5, but there are very few perfect 10s out there. I'd say probably the closest for me to kind of give a gauge about where my higher ranking episodes are would be Midnight, is a nearly perfect episode. So this just lacks a couple little things, but I think the Adipose were cute. They were great. Like I said, not every villain has to be a take over the world. Not every monster has to be terrifying and 8 feet tall with teeth stuck to their face of the villains they've defeated in the past. So yeah, that's my reasoning behind the 8.5 for this episode.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And then honestly, I'm still kind of jealous on the taking the photo with her of the am I bothered that pose, because the greatest thing about the greatest thing in the world with if you have a chance to see Catherine Tate at a comic convention, honestly, the selfie is where it's at. Because was this the only photo that you took, or did she have a tendency of snapping multiple?
We did several. Yeah, she did several with me. So yeah, that was just the best one that I didn't look as goofy in. So I tend to look very goofy in photos. I'm like, oh, this one I actually look semi-normal.
You're like, oh, look, I'm human.
Yeah,
that's me talking about myself. So I absolutely understand. But no, that's the quick little note of, if you have that chance if you meet her in person, she also, same thing with John Barrowman. They're very similar in the, if you ask, you want the selfie, it's like $40 or what have you, and they will just start snapping photos. Yeah. It's a much different atmosphere than the paying for the next, take your photo, and you got to move. Exactly. So you've got, enjoy your 5 seconds, go. But no, I so far with everybody else, I agree that this particular episode with Partners in Crime, it's an episode that I like to rewatch for the most part, other than Candyman. But I love rewatching this one. I like the pacing of this one. And as other fans have mentioned, that the Tennant and Tate kind of combination, some people, yes, they find Donna Noble annoying. I'll respect that. I don't agree with it. I find that those two are perfect together because you have that brother-sister kind of doctor companion. There's absolute zero romance. And of the 3 companions Tennant had during this span, you had either the relationship, the pining, or you had the antithesis of it. And Donna Noble was the antithesis of it, especially with, anybody who even possibly tries to say that they're a thing together. She's there just to say, the toothpick, the scrawny guy, you are kidding me, right? Which I absolutely adore about her. So, as we keep going around, Gadget, almost a perfect episode for you.
Yeah.
At 9.95.
Mm-hmm. Because do you want me to start with the why I gave it the those missing 0.5, or do you want me to start?
I think you should. The floor is yours, madame. Please do as you will.
Well, growing up with vaudeville, this was to me an improv. That's why it was good to me, because I know what vaudeville and improv. So I love the banter back and forth and everything, especially when they found each other. But it was also reminding me of those movies where the meet cutes are almost just meets and everything and stuff like that. But what got me was glad to see her return. You could see that she had developed her character and everything. But it was, to me, it was more of the back and forth and everything. And what got me was, I noticed a lot of red nail polish on our villain and everything. And also her poster behind her desk. I also noticed a lot of other things that were a lot of Easter eggs coming up. But it seems that most of our villains in this series seem to have red nail polish. And the thing with the sonic screwdriver is what got me, because at first she reminded me of Missy. And then it was like, wait a minute, what if she was Mrs. Flood and she regenerated when she fell and everything and stuff? But it was like one of those. So I just kept looking at that, especially the pun behind her when it said the human race would be dust, if you have that picture and everything. So I was looking at that first. And then I was looking at the vaudeville type stuff with David, because it was just too funny that each one of them were on the same mission, same brain, she's trying to find him. He's trying to figure out what the hell's going on. He uses the back door. She uses the front door. They both have the same type of thing. Health inspector. They have everything like that, back and forth. And it's like, I love when they were popping up, popping down, like only 2 seconds from each other and everything. And then you had the little tongue-in-cheek of your health on safety for a Tennant, and he's like that. So I'm like, yeah, that was funny. And all the other, but when the Sonics came out, that's when I was like, could she have been a nanny, or could she have been a Time Lord in disguise? And everything, because this is RTD. And also, like, you could see where Donna was starting to yell at Tennant. Like basically like the way she was, hey, because she was hanging from the window washing thing. She was hanging from all this. Everything, it just was slapstick funny comedy, and especially with the Doctor Who Confidential when they said they were hitting the window with chocolate hammers that were hammers made out of chocolate. I was like, that was like the icing on the cake. But the reason why I gave it the 0.5 was because you didn't see what happened to her body when she dropped from up there, because like I said, she could have regenerated if she was a Time Lord. And the fact that while he's trying to save Donna and the reporter's tied in the chair, she goes, well, what the hell is going on? Somebody please explain something. He goes, you're a reporter, make it up. I was like, okay, that's where he got the 0.5 taken off and everything and stuff, because that was a running gag back then in that time frame and stuff about reporters and things. Even our own Patrick Stewart, when he was a Cub reporter, made up the stories when he was there, because they had no news, as he admitted on one talk show and everything, if you want to go back and find that and everything. But the 9.5 is because I love the vaudevillian stuff. And what got me was Wilfred, because it reminded me of him from Peter Cushing's day. Because why is he always looking at the stars? Why is he looking for aliens? Could this be that maybe like what happened to Donna, where Donna forgot? Maybe the Doctor made Wilfred forget. And he always had that inkling he was in space, because when he saw the TARDIS, he was like, I knew it, you know? And the TARDIS triggered his memory of the time being in the TARDIS. Because that's how I was seeing this episode, is like it was coming full circle for Peter Cushing. It was coming like that, you know? And because with Wilfred, I love him. I miss him. And he was Donna's rock, you know? Because all she wanted to do was explore. Nothing ever went right for her. Nothing, whatever. And she was always hoping something would change, you know? And it did. And she was already packed and ready to go. He was just the valet putting everything in the TARDIS and all that. But like I said, the 0.5 was because of the fact of what he said about the reporting. Otherwise, it would have been a 10.
No, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I can, as somebody who does our Who Knew News, I can see where a jab at journalism and ethical journalism. See, I can speak would rub you the wrong way, and that's absolutely fair.
And they were cute little things, like and everything.
Adorable.
It's just that when she said that they were the children of and everything, and the Shadow Proclamation was going to be issued, it was like, okay, she's in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think she's the one that might have picked up the ring.
I'm
because she had the red nails.
I'm waving at Fat.
Yeah.
Waving at Fat.
What
and her legs went.
what was interesting is the reason why she was sent down to
The bees disappeared too.
The bees disappeared and the planet disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Easter eggs.
Because Tennant was saying, the bees, what's going on with the bees?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And Donna was like, oh, this conspiracy theory site.
Yeah, because they were slowly, because it was
mm-hmm.
it showed from the very get-go that the entire season was planned and that we were building to something, which
Mm-hmm.
is
But you notice her poster in the back looked like the planets. And if you counted the planets.
Yeah.
My little adipose back away.
If you remember when they said the planets, spoiler, if you look at her poster, count the planets. And it matches the poster. Behind her desk.
Melanie, I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Melanie, you also said something. I didn't want to interrupt Gadget's review, but you like when you said that thing about like the like not the skinny man. I forgot about that line when she's like, "You just want to mate." Like I completely forgot about that line.
Mate with me. You want to mate, and he's like, "No, a mate, yeah." This was
mate with me, sunshine.
Yeah, mate with me, sunshine. And I didn't
like
realize...
that's the vaudeville. That's what I love about vaudeville. It's like you go back and forth with each other.
And for me, as a fan of the old to your point, vaudeville of Abbott and Costello, and those type of the Laurel and Hardy, those it's all timing exactly. Having them cross back and forth so many times, I see Mark's point of the get on with it. I was just relishing it. I was one of those fans that just absolutely adored that and they've ships in the night again and ships in the night. But honestly, my favorite episode, my favorite scene, ever was them miming back and forth. And to Gadget's point, if you can see the Doctor Who Confidential, which was the running after during a lot of the RTD kind of run, Doctor Who Confidential, which still is actually, is the behind the scenes kind of making of little that would be, you see more on YouTube and stuff like that, but it's more of the making of an episode. So see if you can find the Doctor Who Confidential of Partners in Crime. And they even bring up during the script, during the reading, Catherine Tate brings up the fact that it just says she mimes, this. And it's just, I'm sorry, what? I'm doing what now? And just, yeah. Do your thing. So it really showed you how much RTD put his faith in her as a comedian to go, all right, you've got this little porthole right here. It's actually more like this. And we're going to have you. And she's like, here I am typing, searching the internet was her doing this, the internet. And all of it then would go right back to Tennant, just like, what are you doing over there? And this is before really, again, it's 2008. You didn't have necessarily closed captions that were any good on televisions, if you had them at all. So to really trust your audience to go, okay, we're going to have a very long scene and hope that everyone's going to get it. And for me, that they were both of them were extremely articulate with mouthing what the words were. For somebody that it's absolutely
lip
reading. But if you were an actual lip reader, you're probably like, what the heck's going on? But at least for novices, you could at least figure out, there was enough context clues with no sound, and you're only seeing this and Murray Gold's music in the background helping punctuate the funny notes and the funny beats. But at the very end, having Mrs. Foster, having her kind of going, are we interrupting? And that just both of them looking at each other like,
that's the vaudeville.
They still run.
Yeah, I want to actually, people might not know this, but if you're blind or visually impaired, we were very lucky in the episode because the audio description people tell you absolutely everything that they're supposed to be saying. So if it's difficult for anyone to follow that, and especially if you have BBC iPlayer, just turn on the audio description and it will tell you everything they're saying, which is great. But yeah, they didn't leave us hanging with that.
And she looks like she's on the Love Boat with that circle.
I was just because it looks like a little porthole. And I mean, and that whole scene
we have the picture in there. I think we have it.
Yeah, it's most likely. I know at one point that was one I wanted to paint.
You sure? Because I sent them all. I sent over 100.
No, you sent them all, but there was the two, for a better term, the quote. They're all leaning down for some odd reason, but that's okay.
Really?
Yeah, I'll try to see if I can find it.
And see if you can find another photo, Christian, that you did already show before, which has launched one heck of a meme, and that's the one I sent over.
Yeah,
see the little porthole.
But go ahead.
This particular episode also launched a meme, and that was David Tennant with his hands on top of a cubicle wall, jumping over and going, ha! That I don't know if he says hello, I can't remember, but that's that's one. That was usually you see this photo that's got some impact white text with a thick black background outline behind it that's saying something funny. This is the episode that if you've ever seen this photo and you've never seen Doctor Who, this is the episode it's from. This is why everyone's kind of sees this one. But no, this particular episode for me, this is one of my perfect 10 episodes because I find it just so thoroughly enjoyable. It's one, as Christian had mentioned earlier, that this is for me if you've never watched Doctor Who, watch Doctor Who. This should give you enough you know.
Well, I was going to ask Candyman if these numbers were real because they actually posted people's names and everything. So it did come through, or is that the one you found?
I just quickly put this up, but this is my favorite moment right here of that whole
Yeah,
conversation.
that one I was trying to find.
And that's the scene just before that they realize, we've been caught.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I was gonna go.
Yeah, because I sent Christian this one with everybody's names, and there's actually a melody on. Look at that. And I want to know if those numbers were real, because I didn't know they could do that back then. If it actually comes through, I'm trying to get it to come through. Let's see if I can get it.
Gadget, can you
mean
send
numbers? It's like, it's telephone numbers.
Yeah.
020 020 020.
Yeah, that's probably just random. 020 is a London number,
Oh, okay.
but it's probably fake numbers.
In the United States, if you're making up a number, that's why they all start with 555 because it's not a real area code as well. I was wondering if it was something like that, but 020 is a real London area code.
Yeah, it was originally was
it's me.
0207 and 0208. 0207 was inner London and 0208 is outer London. But the rest of the numbers are probably made up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and for those after if you're now noticing that there's now 5 of us, James had a hard stop at as we were filming this about 19 minutes ago. So yes, James had become adipose. So he had to jump out real quick. You can follow him real quick on oh goodness,
Geek to Me Radio.
Geek to Me Radio. Thank you so very much.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. I wish I would have let him go before me.
You can find James. Ta-da. So yeah, so as we kind of started with Christian and worked our way around, it just kind of everyone's rating just kind of got a little bit better. Yeah, mine for me in this episode, this is a perfect 10. This is my. Yes, there's issues with it, but I let them slide, and I just love the heck out of this duo. This is my favorite duo, as much as I used to be, and kind of still am a little bit of Dr. Rose shipper. I prefer my doctors not having romance. I really just love the brother sister kind of feel, that sibling rivalry, that mate with me. No, you're not going to mate with me, mate. That's kind of, and always being, as much as the doctor is going to be the first person in a room to say how brilliant he is, how smart he is. He's the smartest person in the room. Blah, blah, blah. There's Donna Noble, just taking him down a peg to say, no. It's just giving him the loving humiliation to go, I need you to deflate your ego.
Reality.
We need to actually go through this. We need to get through this room with your big head. Let's go. But yeah, Christian, are there any? Did any of our little viewers or chatters, as we're doing this live?
Oh yeah,
what was there?
We had some ratings there. First of all, I'm just ready to say I just hear procrastinating going to the store, and I give it a 9 because 8.5 is taken, and it's one of my favorites. So there you go.
Yes.
Rose Kirby, right, folks, partners in crime. I give it a 9 out of 10. Dan Holyfield, I give it an 8 because it was really good, but not perfect. And I think that's
it's still high marks.
Yeah, it's not meant to be it's not meant to be Vincent and the Doctor. It's not meant to. But you have that good balance of something that will eventually evolve into like the Fires of Pompeii. You know, when the relationship starts to like really compress and they're starting to be challenged, because what's eventually going to come at the end of the season, spoiler, is going to really challenge their friendship to, the extreme, because the universe is at stake. So Dan, I give it an 8 because it was real. I'm sorry. Raj says I give an 8 out of 10 for Partners in Crime, which I had to stream twice because I enjoyed the 10th Doctor and Donna's hilarious banter since they did a funny skit scene here on YouTube. Yeah, the one the Not Bothered. I think they did that after the episode.
I think that was Children in Need or comic special with what's Catherine's Tate's.
Oh, the character.
The character called.
Is that the one where she's like in school and he's a teacher?
Yeah.
Am I bothered?
Oh, I can't remember the character's name.
What's her name?
She becomes Toy Billie Piper.
Is that the
All
one?
right, everybody on the internet, if you can find out
do
the
it
character's name, go ahead, put it in the chat.
Everyone on the entire internet.
Yes, everybody.
Also, Melanie, can you
Lauren
possibly
Cooper.
Lauren Cooper.
Thank you. Sorry. Yes, Sean?
can you possibly shout out James's website again? Because earlier I didn't know that he had an out. My review went really long, and then when you were telling about his website, I was saying, "Oh, sorry, I talked over his review," and then I talked over his website. So can you mind shouting out his website again?
No, you're fine. His website is Geek to Me Radio, and that's at geektomeradio.com.
And he does a live performance. You actually can see him. He actually has a YouTube channel, which they do terrestrial radio in St. Louis. And he talks about comics, sci-fi, you name it, geekdom galore. But you get to see him, too, while he's on terrestrial radio, which I think is cool.
Can I just mention about Wilfred's cat badge?
Sure, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys know what that is?
I think
Not at all. But you're going to tell us.
Well, okay. So the story goes, well, this is what Bernard Cribbins told me, but he asked the costume if he can put that badge on his little woolly hat.
That's from when he served, right?
Yeah, he was in national service, but then he volunteered with the parachute regiment. Yep, and that is actually the miniature parachute regiment cat badge, as we call them in the UK, paras. Is that if the paras equivalent in the US, airborne?
Probably yes. Yeah, the airborne would be the paratroopers.
Paratroopers, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, but in the UK, the paratroopers are like one of the specialist forces we've got. They're just like the high tier in the UK. So it was quite cool to see him and ask for costumes so if he can wear his cap, because he's literally earned it as well. I just Googled it. He actually earned it when he was doing national service. So
okay, I'm just saying to the BBC marketing place, I want this on a shirt with an adipose on it. So this quote right here. We need to make that into a shirt with an adipose.
Oh yeah, I've got to wear one of those as well.
Candyman, I'm glad you said that, because like the stuff with Wilf in the episode made me really sad. But you've also made me extremely jelly of like living in the UK, because I feel like every time we talk about Doctor Who, you're like, oh yeah, I met this person and they told me this. I'm like, oh man, like I don't know anybody from Doctor Who.
He's in the motherland. It's not fair.
Yeah, right.
He has proximity.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, that's also maybe a little bit one-sided too of me to say that, because like also I live in the country with like Hollywood and all, like, so you know, it is what it is. But
yeah, you get all the Buffy cast. I don't get Buffy, so it's compromise.
Yeah.
Well, we don't get it anymore because they decided not to go with it. So. Oh, and I found out something the other day, which really, like, I did not know that Dolly Parton was a producer on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I had to look this up. It is completely 100% true. She was an unaccredited. The industry or the company that produced it, produced Buffy. Please look this up, anybody. I had to watch this again, and I had to look it up into something, and it turned out it was completely true. Dolly Parton is actually the same way that Lucille Ball was to Star Trek. She was a quiet producer. I mean, she led the whole thing. And one of the things that they interviewed with Sarah Michelle Gellar, she found out that Dolly Parton was producing it, and she was like, I've never met the woman or anything like that. And she was very concerned about how she felt about the Buffy the Vampire TV show. And she found her on an interview, and she gave praise to Sarah. So I was like, this is cool. But please, if anybody can find that information, I found out today it was true. I was like, damn it. Nikki, someone take me to the UK. Hi, Nikki. How you
Well,
doing?
put it this way, Melanie can vouch. If you ever come to the UK and you're around London or around Essex, I will meet up and take you on a random Doctor Who
Yes.
site touring and give chocolates.
When he means by random, he's going to take you to your house and show him all his unit stuff. So.
He'll take you to Leith Street.
That's right.
And give you 10 kilos of Terry's to walk around with.
Candyman, have you been to the US?
I've been to Florida a couple of times.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
And he's a Bears
taking
fan.
up on your own.
I am a Bears fan.
And he's a Bears fan. Makes no sense.
I'm the only one of the only English guys who actually prefers American football over soccer.
Don't talk about soccer, football. Go.
Yeah.
We're on lockdown June 11th here in New York.
I think Nikki lives in Florida. I think Nikki, I met you. Did I meet you at MegaCon? I think I met you at MegaCon. I'm 99% sure. Speaking of MegaCon, we want to thank everybody who has supported us, watched us. Of course, we just crossed the 4 millionth view in our 5 years of existence. And now we've hit another goal, which is just incredible. There it is. 120,000 of you want to hang around us, and we really thank each and every one of you. I can live with that. So, yes, with our next stop being 200,000. Or we should say, realistically, 150.
When do they send you the jacket, Christian? Because I know they send people jackets at a certain point.
I didn't know it was a jacket. I know the buttons.
I just found out about the jackets. Yeah.
I just know the red. I think the red button is 1 million. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. I'll be dead.
Yeah.
There's an insane one that's like 50 million or 100 million. Yeah, there's some
100 million subs.
I told you to send it back and get a blue button.
I know, right? Just paint it.
I just get painted. Yeah, just have somebody.
100. If we hit 150K this year, I mean, we could totally do that, and that would be so badass.
All I'm saying is, I think the official Doctor Who YouTube channel is like 4.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting close.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be doing this out of a wheelchair, but we'll get very close.
But we're like a big Doctor Who pod. You know what I mean? Like, we're so thankful for you guys. Like, it's really, it's just really crazy.
No,
like,
thankful for each and every one of you.
Yeah.
Who gave us the chance. Just the moment that you hit the subscribe button, we were really appreciative. And of course, we've got other social media. We've got X. We got Facebook. Some of you are watching us on Rumble. I mean, like, you can always check us out wherever you want, wherever you feel great.
Twitch, Twitter, yeah.
Twitch, Twitter. So. Absolutely.
Christian, you gave Nikki a pin. Is that a badge?
Yes. The buttons. Yes. Okay. Then yes, I gave her a button. We were given buttons. If you subscribe, if you have subscribed or always subscribed when you were at MegaCon, we gave you a button for it. Thank you. As a token of our appreciation. Melanie, you ready to wrap this puppy up?
I think it's time to wrap up.
Okay. Well, for again, those of you, I'm going to jump back just a little bit.
Where are we going to be?
Well, let me say this just again. We will be selling Kitchen Killers barbecue sauce, and now we will be selling Coffee Shop of Horrors. You can check out their website, but again, if you catch us at the conventions, you don't have to pay for shipping. We'll have them out there, but we will have a limited supply, so make sure. It's only $16. $14 for the barbecue sauce, $16 for the Coffee Shop of Horrors. Our first stop will be we'll be selling this at all 3 conventions at Space Coast Comic-Con, taking place at the Wickham Park Community Center, June 20th to 21st. So get your tickets now. You can scan the code out there, and we will be joined with our special guest, Athena Finger. And if some of you heard the name but not familiar, she is the granddaughter of Bill Finger, who created Batman. So she will be at our booth, and from what I'm being told, Melanie, she is creating one piece of art. And I don't know if she's going to finish it over there or if she's going to have it finished, but it will be the Third Doctor and Batman 66 together.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cannot wait to see what this comes about. So
A doctor with Batman at the controls.
Exactly. I love that line. I actually showed her that video and go, the Doctor Who poked fun at Batman. It was the third Doctor. It was so cool. And I sent her the video and she goes, oh, that's cute. And our next stop after that will be, for the very first time, Epicverse, located okay, hang on one second. Let me get that location. I apologize.
And that's a Friday and Saturday.
It's a Friday and Saturday. Just let people know. So it's not Saturday and Sunday. But this will be at Northland Church, 522 Dog Track Road in Longwood, Florida. It is free admission. It is free parking. Again, we'll be selling the coffee and the barbecue sauce over there as well. And unless something changes, this will be our final stop. We will be at Ancient City Con in St. Augustine, Florida, at the World Golf Village Resort. Again, this will be taking place Friday through Sunday, September 25th through the 27th. And again, this will be taking place at the World Golf Village Renaissance Resort in St. Augustine, Florida. If you're going to do this, come early. And when I mean come early, like come on a Wednesday or leave on a Tuesday. You definitely, if you've never been to St. Augustine,
yes,
you got to give yourself the treat. Go visit the Pirates Museum. Go visit
the lighthouse. Go walk down St. George Street, especially if you can at night when the lights are kind of going on. Walk around the Castillo San Marco. I can keep going. You can see the Old City Gate. You can see the Fountain of Youth and see all the peacocks yelling at you.
You can drink the Fountain of Youth.
Oh, sweet sulfury water.
Cleansed.
Young.
And
do a
also,
ghost tour.
Do a ghost tour. And I highly recommend the Ripley's ghost tour. Because I love the way they do it. They do it as not like just a ghost tour. You're going over here and somebody died here. So no, they do it like a private investigation. So you're going around, and there were actually 2 deaths that took place over at Ripley's, believe it or not, when it was a hotel at one point. So, but ancientcity.com, con.com, get your tickets now. And that is it as far as where we'll be going.
Did you see what Raj said about the t-shirt, or were you, Christian, in the chats?
I did not. For the free t-shirt, you do, Christian, you have to check out your emails from them. If you have about 100,000 subs, according to, I'll give it a shot.
Maybe they sent you the other email too, Christian, that one that we've been waiting on. Yeah,
possibly. It takes forever, that one. I remember I had to get Dave that email, and it took it says we'll have it done in a week, and it was like 2 weeks later. I'm just like, good grief. So Nikki says, I love their coffee, the best. I miss their location in Lake County.
Right.
Well, Nikki, if you come over to Space Coast or to the Oviedo, to the church in August, we'll be selling it out there. And I said, it's cheaper than anything you'll get in a theme park. So just by stopping by us, you get it. And
if I could brew some, and sorry, I was just thinking about like their location in at Lake County, the Mount Verde, the Claremont one. My favorite thing in the world was their coffee floats. They were German coffee, so it was iced coffee with a scoop of ice cream instead of creamer. It was amazing. Sorry.
She's gonna be Melanie's just following me around the conventions, just drinking coffee.
Just somebody eating the beans.
And Nikki continues and says, "Stay at the Kenwood Inn, best ever." Yeah, I stayed there once in St. Augustine. That it was. If you're going to stay there, do a bed. I'm going to encourage you to stay at the resort because that's where the convention's at.
Yes,
but you got to treat yourself to a
after you stay at the resort,
exactly,
or you're going to now spend the weekend at in St. Augustine proper. Cordova is amazing too. I mean, that's a fancy schmancy one. But any of the Airbnb, any of the actual bed and breakfasts in or around George Street, dude, it's amazing. Road trip, let's go.
Oh, Hippo! We got to do the Hippo bars. The Hippo bars. They make the fresh not the ice cream bars, but the popsicles.
Oh, yeah.
The Hippo.
See, I was always a Kilwins person.
Oh, what?
Because I would
like
start
Hippo.
at one end of George Street and go to Kilwins, and it'd be so bloody hot that by the time I finished and died, I'd get to the next Kilwins and get more ice cream.
They had.
Then I'd need a shot because I have a lot of this attached to me. But
I know the doctor says don't eat pears, but they used to have pears, and it was the most tastiest popsicle I've ever had. I think it was
what's Hippos?
Hippos is a
Like
popsicle
Hippolitas or
stand.
something like
They
that.
make them
Popsicle.
fresh, and it's a local thing.
Okay.
It's like all these
Different types of
eclectic
fruit
popsicles. Yeah, it's mostly
popsicles.
fruit, some floury stuff, but really delicious. I haven't had a bad experience over at Hippos.
I mean,
I
if
love
it's
what-
popsicle, it's possible. Sorry.
But
It's very tasty. Anyway, I'm giving
Sorry.
too many plugs so people aren't supporting us right now. So,
yeah, Columbia.
They'll still come in and support us.
that's right. And I want to give Melanie props. This is her first time hosting in a while, and I just got off work and I was like, Melanie, can you host? I can't do this. So thank you. so
Literally.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I haven't done this in a while. I was like, yeah, I'll be here to pick it up. Help you. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you so much.
Just
So without
your might.
Just putting on the shoes again. It's little at first thought, I don't know if I could do that. Okay, we're doing this. Let's go. So hopefully everybody you were okay with me being over here.
appreciate
next
it.
time.
You did great.
Oh, thank you very much.
So Melanie, you want to wrap this up, or would you like me to wrap it up?
You could wrap it up because all I would say is, go for it.
You got it there. Well, of course, Melanie, where can they find you? In Pieces of Melee, right?
Exactly. You can find me at Pieces of Melee. Usually I'm going to be right here at the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. You can find me on Instagram at Pieces of Melee. Right now I'm working on some murals in Tampa. It's just unfortunately it keeps raining and it's bloody hot out. So they're also on the floor. So posts are kind of coming a little few and far between. Otherwise, you can check me out if we're watching the commercials. You can see me at Happiness Patrol. You can see me on Earth Station Who, where we also once a month do other like Doctor Who kind of reviews. Lots of Big Finish to be had there too. I've been, you can find me on Happiness Patrol. The next episode for Happiness Patrol is going to be Back to the Future, which funny enough, me and Jess were not on because we've both had scheduling conflicts. Right now we are doing, we were just doing Star Wars. We did a live of Mandalorian and Grogu, so you could check that out. I loved it. And then also check out Horses on Film. I'm on a couple of those episodes too, because Rio Bravo is amazing. And that's the one I got to do. Okay, shutting up. Mark, where can we find you?
Wrong side.
Say on this side.
Yeah, that's it. I'm Overton. It's weird. Yeah, you can find me at my Instagram at cyborgt100_cosplay. I might be going down to the Oyster Fair, which has been renamed to a Roman and Medieval Fair down in Colchester this weekend. If not, you can just see me here, there, and everywhere. Gadget, where can we find you?
In our house.
Well, right now, as I take care of my parents and everything, I'm still, but they'll be all pre-taped shows on Gadget Vlogs, Gadget Pendragon After Dark. I can do lives on vlogs, but After Dark needs about 50 subscribers on that channel for me to actually do lives and everything. So that one is just going to be pre-taped and stuff. New York Comic-Con, Bronx Comic-Con, on lockdown, technically for the city from June 11th to whatever, because of the FIFA World Cup. It's going to be Madhouse here in New York City and everything. They've even cut off certain blocks and everything in 42nd and all this other fun stuff just for the European football game. You can pick up the books on lulu.com and everything. I'm going to try to have, when they go to their conventions, discount codes for you guys so that you can get these books cheaper and stuff. And let's see what else. I'm working on other conventions and I'm praying that I get my New York Comic-Con tickets because it is the 20th anniversary of New York Comic-Con and they're having the Coney Island theme. So I'm praying some Men in Black characters come with some chocolate milk because that was the theme in Men in Black 3 Coney Island and stuff. So I'm working on a lot of things. Also, a lot of things in secret because I learned my lesson about telling people about things. So that you'll know about them when you see them. That's basically it. And hopefully everyone remembers to be kind. And also, happy Pride Month to everybody, because it did start yesterday, and I am hetero-demisexual. And my relatives are anywhere from transgender through lesbian as well as gay. And I think they're just the wonderful, most human beings, because everybody's human. I just don't know where these other stereotypes came from.
And
Happy
our
Pride.
pale orange dot.
That way.
Carl Sagan.
That way.
Pale orange dot floating
pale
in
orange
the void.
dot.
Yes, you can find me on YouTube at Our Philosophy Is 9119. That's Our Philosophy Is 9119 on there. And go over there and check out the videos I've posted if you want to talk about nerdy/philosophical things in a queer-friendly space. And speaking of which, I'm glad Gadget said that, because I would also like to say Happy Pride Month from me. And I am going to be posting a video soon about AI. So if you want to hear another lefty voicing grievances about the conversations about AI, go over to my channel.
Well, you know, the Pope is
posting that soon. So thank you all very much. And if that sounds good to you, then check it out. Happy Pride.
And one last thing before we go, there might be a slim chance, a very slim chance that, of course, next week we're going to have Big Finish Day special for Tuesday, since Big Finish Day itself will be the Monday before that.
We'll cross our fingers.
Next Wednesday, we might be part of a Disney trivia taking place at a tiki bar. But I'm still getting finalizations about this. So please keep an eye up on our social media, especially on our Facebook and YouTube channels. We'll give you more information once we get closer. Hopefully everything will work out. If not, then just ignore what I just said the last 5 seconds. So there you go. Other than that, that's it, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And again, thank you for all 120,000 of you for subscribing to us and watching us 4 million times. We are very, very, very happy for you being here. We thank you all. For those of you who joined us from day one, to those of you who probably just signed up just 5 minutes ago and saying, hey, what's this all about? To our friends like Nikki, who we met over at MegaCon. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. And with that, we'll see you until the next adventure. Tony, take us out.
Good night, Simon.
I'm waving goodbye at Fat. Good night, Simon.
Oh, that's so cute. It's waving.